This is AVSuperfriends Off the Rails, an almost regularly scheduled open discussion on audio and video in higher education. We'll sound off about our most brilliant ideas, our dumbest mistakes, and everything in between. And because this conversation will almost certainly go off the rails at some point, we'll end up covering just about everything else. And now, the AVSuperfriends. For August 22nd, 2025, it's the best-sounding podcast in higher ed and nothing else, just for Justin's, nothing else there. This is the AVSuperfriends Off the Rails, episode number 121. 3 good ones. Oof. We're broadcasting live from everywhere you wish you weren't right now, and now with traffic and weather on the ones, or the, what are we on? We're the 9s, whatever it is. That's how we do this thing here.
Yeah, go.
Let's take traffic first. So there's a major slowdown on the HDMI connector interchange. Someone dropped their, or somebody T-boned an HD Fury in the left lane, and now everyone's encrypted signal is not getting through. So if you're heading towards USB-C junction, expect delays and dongles are scattered everywhere.
Dongles are on the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's the weather, man.
Prepare accordingly.
And let's do the weather, too. So let's look at the AVSF Doppler 4000. It says it's cloudy with a 90% chance of firmware updates, but that might be user error. We also have reports of a cold front of budget cuts moving in from the east, which means grab your hoodies and your spreadsheets. So buckle up, mute your conference call, and keep your dial tuned right here. I'm Chris Decter, and this is your Friday afternoon podcast adventure with the AVSuperfriends. Oops. Scroll down here.
We made it. Yeah.
And let's say hello to today's panel of AVSuperfriends, which, if you notice, has more people on it.
They haven't said
anything yet. It's flagged with this one.
Go.
Our first contestant hasn't slept since discovering a wall plate at 19 inches AFF with an ivory cover plate on an eggshell wall. He's a senior architect of adjacent wall plate symmetry from Kansas City. Say hello to Mr. Jamie Reinhardt.
I think you're giving me way too much credit for attention to detail.
Don't you have time on your hands?
That actually sounds pretty close. 19 inches is fine. It's fine.
Our next panelist is a firm believer in the sacred setting of halfway between 7 and 8 because that's where things seem to sound the best. He's a regional director of volume knob normalization from Corvallis, Oregon. Say hello to Mark Kolowazinski.
We are normalizing these knobs by removing them because you all are not mature enough to handle it otherwise.
You can't hear it anyway.
Our next panelist is currently investigating a sudden increase of swirl slide transition effects along the eastern seaboard. He's our chief analyst of PowerPoint transition overuse from Greensboro, North Carolina. Say hello to Mr. Larry Darling.
Is it sad that the only thing I actually heard was PowerPoint transition overuse and thought PTO? Like, I'm ready to take some time away from that.
Take it.
Potentially. Our next panelist conducts weekly safety briefings about that one slot in the conference room that seems to eat HDMI cables. He's our vice president of conference room table cable slot awareness from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Say hello to Mr. Justin Rexing.
AAP, baby.
Put it in there.
AAP.
Get rid of those cables. We need them anyway.
And then we're joined by 2 special guests. Our first special guest is here to remind everyone not to mount your microphones right next to HVAC supply vents. He's the chair of the Regional Committee on Ceiling Microphone Placement from Ames, Iowa. Say hello to Mr. Mike Peterson.
Thank you all. Glad to be here.
And our final special guest is well known for his dramatic adapter rescues during high-stakes VIP guest lectures. He's an executive liaison for emergency dongle redistribution from Las Vegas. Say hello to Mr. Frank Alamo.
I got nothing to say.
When you redistribute those, do you slap them on your wrist like everybody else?
That's right.
Got a dongle for you.
I'm ready here.
Yep.
It's too many dongles.
Slap bracelets for dongles. That's a good idea, actually. So on today's show, we're going to discuss AV over IP and why it's not the answer to every question. And we're going to kick off. We're going to kick off a new series on university rivalries. Hence our special guests. But first, some housekeeping. So if you're listening to this on a recorded MP3, we do this live most Fridays about 3:15 Eastern, 12:15 Pacific, give or take how angry Justin is that day and how many stories he has to share. You can join us for that live on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and you can watch us flailing in real time. Either way, it's a good time to watch. So if you prefer the podcast version, and who can blame you because it sounds fantastic, make sure you're subscribed to following us on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Blue Sky, etc., and just search for AVSuperfriends. You'll find us there somewhere. It's easy peasy. If you want to help the show, please tell a friend or your AV technician or your least favorite department chair or give us a shout out at your next staff meeting. We dare you. Mm-hmm. You You can also donate to support the show. The link's in the show notes or at avsuperfriends.com. Every bit helps to keep us doing this instead of actual work. If you have a topic idea or a weird mystery or a strongly worded correction you want to send in, email us at mailbag@avsuperfriends.com or hit us up on those aforementioned socials. And please take 2 seconds to rate and review us wherever you manage to find this show, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever it is. It's like tipping your bartender. It's cheap, easy, and greatly appreciated. Mm-hmm. All right. So
before you leave,
I condensed
for the
as much
weekend,
of that as I could.
Before you leave, on your computer, on your desk, just go ahead and go to like iTunes or YouTube or whatever and just start our channel, hit play, and then walk away for the weekend. Yeah. That way we just get all those minutes and it works out for us. We all appreciate that.
That'd be awesome.
I'm not saying
Does it work that way?
It will. I'm not asking you to listen to, but I need your computer to be listening as much as possible. Thank you.
Actually, if you can spin up an AI.
Quite honestly, we should start encouraging all morning checkers to use our show as the morning check routine for audio and video in every classroom. And we'll get so many hits.
If you send us a
day.
picture of your staff checking your systems with our show on there, Justin will mail you some kind of goodie bag.
Sounds like a really bad idea.
I don't know of any other school that does morning checking except for you, Jamie.
Jamie,
So
if you show us that your staff
don't
are
do
using AVSF for checking their systems, I will mail you an AVSF goodie bag.
Although I think we just stumbled upon how to increase our numbers.
Nah.
What, mailing stuff to people?
It's a little risky.
I had a box of mailers with logos on them. I'd love to get out of my garage.
Somebody could hear us or see us.
Well, true.
Here we are. Anyway.
Well, tell you what, let's take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the news. And this, let's see, this break is sponsored by our fine friends at Independent Amalgamated.
Hey, you! Yeah, you with the weird AV issues that need fixing. Listen up, because this is the last time I'm gonna say it. Are you tired of your electronics acting like they were put together by a bunch of monkeys with soldering irons? Well, guess what? You're in luck, pal. Introducing Independent Amalgamated AV Integrations, where we barely meet industry standards and still manage to stay in business. Look, we know you have a choice when it comes to who handles your AV, but let's be real here. Are you really going to trust some slick-talking, overpriced company with your precious gadgets? I didn't think so. At Independent Amalgamated AV Integrations, we promise to half-heartedly install your stuff with just enough competence to not get sued. And if you're lucky, it might even work for a little while. So, if you're ready to settle for mediocrity and save a few bucks in the process, give us a call at 555-GET-OK or visit independentamalgamated.com. And remember, at Independent Amalgamated AV Integrations, we're just good enough to not completely ruin your day. Maybe.
I think they've worked.
Is that phone line?
That sounds
I was gonna say,
familiar.
Justin, do you know those guys?
I know those guys. They're here in Kentucky.
So I gotta know, did you actually pull that domain name? Do you actually own it?
Most of the domains you hear on the show
probably
are
does.
owned. Yes.
Which one? Yeah, which one was that?
Independentamalgamated.com.
The Get OK or whatever.
That phone, yeah.
I don't know. That phone number does.
Hold on, Chris is
call
registering
it
for
now.
it right now.
No, I'm not going to. I've had too many of those wander off. So, let's see. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing the news.
Justin, you ready?
Yeah. I'm glad we recorded that. I wasn't ready that time.
We're going to do it live. Next time we do this whole thing live, you're doing it live. Signing you up right now.
So let's see. Today's news with great debate comes from The Verge. And the headline is, which I just closed that tab, AOL is finally shutting down dial-up. And everyone said, why the heck is this the news? And I said, because everyone hates AOL dial-up.
The news is, I'm surprised that
and
it
then
was
it led
still
to like a
being
10-minute
used.
conversation. So
That's big. That's big in Kentucky. That eastern side of the
big
state.
in Japan.
Yes.
They're not going to have
like
internet
the rural
now.
areas, this is still a thing. Yeah.
Like Teddy. Teddy probably is not going to have internet.
Putting Teddy on blast like that?
Teddy, calling you out.
Can't.
Eastern Kentucky. Just saying.
It's wonderful when you come, like, have you recently come across somebody who still uses like the AOL like as their email? That was
No.
I have, like, in the last 2 years. It's
I had
amazing.
Larry says
one resume
offendedly.
come in.
Take that back. It was a resume, just like Jamie.
And you hired that person.
Now look at you.
And a Yahoo, and I still have a Hotmail.
Of course.
We probably all still have a Hotmail somewhere, whether or not you logged into
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I bet
That's
I
right.
do too.
Yeah.
Does that?
That's where I
does it-
sign up for all like the
Does that still work?
The store
Hotmail.com?
discount.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go to it right now.
It tries to force you over to Microsoft's crappy Outlook system, but you can still get to Hotmail.
I mean, what do you?
So you're saying you could still get there if you really want to.
What are you going to do with like the mountains of discs you have that you've been saving back there, Justin? Like all those minutes.
Sell them on eBay, according to Mark.
Yeah, you can cut vinyl out of those bad boys.
So this article basically talks about how AOL basically did the math on how many people were using dial-up, how much does it cost them to run, and it's not worth it, et cetera, et cetera. And then everyone, of course, raised as Justin, as you did immediately, in rural areas, a lot of people still use dial-up. So what's this mean? And now that's spurred a whole other debate. I just picked this story because
Starlink.
I picked the story because we all get to reminisce about it, and I get to play sound effects. So
what's your favorite one, Chris? Of
my favorite
yesteryear sound effects from AOL, what is your favorite one? Everybody knows which one's going to be.
Goodbye.
Like that one. So.
You've got mail.
That's the one everyone wants. Is that one?
Yeah.
But mainly, we'll just so I can run AIM in the background.
Had any of you actually had an AOL account?
I don't think I ever
didn't have an AOL account 30 years ago.
No, I never did.
Running on my Packard Bell PC when I was growing up.
Yeah, I think Mom and Dad did for a while.
It's always the mom and dad, and then grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
You weren't on CompuServe or Prodigy?
Yep. High school?
It was,
my
but
high
it was,
school
the
times.
90s, so.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
High school.
I'm shocked. Like, how does modern internet work on dial-up speed? Like, what in the world are you even getting at this point?
It's just
It's just like the picture,
Mark.
just
that's
loading like.
No, you got text with a bunch of those X's.
Scan line at a time. Like,
it's just
those
proof
X's
that 56K is all you need.
Come back in 2 hours.
Everything else is just extra money in somebody's pocket. That's it.
You just text only internet, right? That's it. I don't want any of this picture shit. Just text. Yeah.
That banana thing
You
that
can
we
get
have still
pictures,
works
man,
on that.
but you just better make sure nobody's at home when you click the link because it takes a while to load.
Yeah.
That was really loud. Yeah.
I had to turn it down. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Can you buy a dial-up modem at this point in the game? Like, where the hell would you even source that?
Ooh, I bet you could. Let me find out.
I guess so. Yeah, new old stock somewhere hanging out there.
Radio Shack.
There's a Radio Shack still?
One in the country.
They're coming back.
You go to Radio Shack
They
to
have
buy
an
your dial-up
online
modem.
presence now. Yeah.
Radio Shack to buy that. You can't go there. Go to Circuit City. What?
Maybe
Wow.
some
Circuit City.
Fries
Apparently-
Electronics.
Fries, yeah.
Apparently, there's a whole community on YouTube that builds dial-up ISP boxes for fun.
That's not fun.
Why?
These are like those circuit bender guys who like just destroy instruments and turn them into like weird noise machines. Is that what you're going for?
That's all right. More women for us.
Oh, wait. 56K. Here it is. Amazon. 56K modem.
Oh, yeah. You can buy it now.
$38.49.
You gonna buy that? Give it away? Somebody?
Teddy?
Yeah, send it to Teddy. All right.
So yeah, I'm
Works on
shocking.
one of those RJ11
Yeah,
cables.
I was shocked to know that it was still being used. I mean, that's how much I don't visit Eastern and
There's
Western
only
Kentucky.
10 left in stock, and it's the only one.
It's the last 10 they made.
Yep.
I think it is. Oh, here's a US Robotics one. $60.
right.
Moving on. Okay.
This show's moving as fast as dial-up.
Yes. Anyway,
Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break and hear from another sponsor on this one. We'll come back and then we're gonna talk about some modern technology that's not dial-up and works just as well.
does it?
Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. The AVSuperfriends are sponsored by Computer Comforts Incorporated. CCI has been building tech furniture for the education market since 1987. Instructor lecterns, computer lab tables, collaborative tables, and active learning clusters are just a few of the many innovative products made by CCI. Speaking of lecterns, Computer Comforts has just released Evolve. If you're looking to future-proof your classroom, Evolve is the Swiss Army knife of lecterns. Seriously, this flexible lectern does it all. Not only is Evolve sit-to-stand and ADA compliant, it's also packed with tech-friendly features. And the best part, it ships fully assembled and ready for action. Check out the 90-second video to see all the options. Visit computercomforts.com/evolve. Sorry, Mark, that still had the intro on it.
You gave him like 3.5 seconds of additional airtime.
It's exactly 60 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll call billing.
Yeah. You want that?
Adjust that invoice.
Yeah.
New version of that coming probably this weekend when I get done with it.
Anywho.
So, for our first topic, This is where I normally play the topic thing that everybody hates.
Topic 1.
I'll go clip that right now. We generically called this AV over IP, so what?
That's right.
And there you are.
Who cares?
So I think the concept was this came out of a discussion we had months ago. I don't remember exactly when. This was a while ago.
Like forever. 2 weeks ago, and we were yelling.
Yeah.
Well, but it was about that AV over IP being a solution for a lot of things, but not the solution. And I think the fundamental concept being we don't think it's going to have the legs that baseband video transport has had, whether it's analog, RGB, HV, VGA, et cetera, whatever, SDI, or even what we're seeing with HD-Base-T, HDMI, et cetera. Like AV over IP serves a purpose, but it's not going to fully replace those, because I don't know about the rest of you guys. I'm still deploying tons of that stuff.
Liar.
Because it works.
Yep.
Fully replacing.
Wholesale.
In every room. Just room by room by room.
Fully replacing.
No run too small for an AV over IP installation.
8 feet, that hits the idea.
Yeah. So,
and it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think there's two pieces of this. One is like, we're not saying it's gonna go away tomorrow. That's not my belief. I just don't know.
I'm removing it right now.
And there's a time and a place for it currently in your quiver in solving problems, and it's probably not in your smallest point-to-point and yada, yada, yada. That's fine. We kind of know those places. I think my perspective on this is I don't know if it'll have that longevity just due to the fact that I don't know if it'll be needed moving forward like 5-10 years on the road with edge compute capacity becoming what it will be. Like, will we still be pushing high bandwidth data laterally across our networks this way? I just don't know if we really will be. I think, and that's why I said, I think the infrastructure is clean. It's nice. Yes, we want to have network everywhere, but I think the AV over IP from this big massive hurdle that we kind of use right now may not have the longevity as we may think it was. And I'm okay being blasphemous and being completely wrong on this, but I'm already looking at alternate kind of workflows.
Whoa. Yeah. But your alternates are what?
Rooms-based systems of that kind of thing, and then other platform and stuff. I'm okay. Let's get into it. Yeah,
it sounds. Look, we were aligned until you just opened your mouth.
You're on Team Larry now. I get it. That's fine.
See, you lost two.
So to me, it's like it's not the so it comes out baseband, goes into a little widget, then goes into the IP. To me, it's just it comes from the thing over IP to the end thing, just like you would. Okay. It's not the same, but I'm going to use the example, just like your streaming media of Netflix or whatever, right? You open up your laptop, you send it over the network, it appears on whatever screen you're going to use it on,
Correct.
It appears on, you hear it from whatever speaker you're going to hear it from, but it's all over the network. It's all still AV over IP as far as there's codecs being used. It's just the chipset is inside the origination device, and it's inside the output
at the
device,
edge, right? It's not these other internal widget boxes converting and on ramping and moving things laterally. I think my philosophy is it's probably going to go to some other service outside anyway, versus pushing it through your enterprise. But there's different versions of that.
I see, that's where cameras are headed. We all see microphones are headed there. We all, but I think baseband is coming to an end. You see it in the broadcast studios. You see it everywhere. Baseband as itself is coming to an end.
Show me where you are on this Gartner curve. Like pick where you are in this hype
more
cycle.
On the reality side, because I went through that analog sunset thing and
came out the other end with the VGA
lasted
cable. 15
years, and we still are rocking VGA on our campus. So
I didn't give it like a next year or a 6 months from now timetable, but I think we're seeing the analog sunset. We're seeing that.
So like between now and the deep death of the universe.
Yeah, you said that where you can't be wrong. Like, it's just,
that's the best way to hedge
at some point.
So
listen, buddy, DSL is dying. Dial up,
get in here,
away.
Mike. Get
him, Mike.
Get in here. I'm on Team Jamie, by the way, for this, right? I do think.
I'm not used to this. Hold on. Let me soak this in a minute.
Yeah. So again,
Jamie has a supporter.
Can you whisper that? I'm on Team Jamie.
Not next year. Maybe not even 10 years, but that's definitively the direction everything's going to go, right? And he's correct. The intermediate widgets are all going to go away, right? Because your computers can have a network port on it or whatever your display device is, and your display will have a network port on it. Your speaker will have a network port on it, right? And it'll all figure itself out probably in the cloud, right? What goes where, and mean, I think that's the direction it's headed. I not again. It's a ways out yet, just because of so much
people like Justin who just can't take it out of
Kentucky.
places.
Yeah.
Well, can't we just admit that it's just another tool in the quiver? Like,
It is.
I mean, because we
Why are
still
you guys
have,
keeping tools in quivers?
I don't know, but whatever.
Is an arrow
It's a
not
tool in the
a tool?
toolbox.
Is an arrow not a tool, Chris?
I keep arrows
But-
in the toolbox.
I'm just saying, like, I don't see the cloud-based solution working for everything. Just like I don't see AV over IP being an economical choice for every room we're in.
Did you go to Blockbuster last week to get your movie?
I did, but that's because I
Came all the way to Bend,
I was
Oregon
passing
to
through
get it.
Eastern
Yeah.
Kentucky, and when you're in Eastern Kentucky, that's what you do.
Frank, what's Vegas doing? I have a sneaking suspicion there's somewhere in between here.
This is not just a Vegas thing. This is just a Frank thing.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you brought me on here.
Frank just separated himself from Vegas. Watch out.
You want to call it the cloud? The cloud's just somebody else's computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to call it AI? Just another idiot. That's all it is. That's all AI stands for. It's only as smart as the
Another
information you're
idiot.
putting
Hey,
it in.
that works. I like
And
that.
There
have
you
you
go.
taken a look around society? Have you flown lately? Have you been to a DMV, a Costco? Have you seen society?
They're stupid.
I'm just saying here. Look around. We're not pumping out geniuses.
Thank you. There's a
So-
lot of dumb people
So
out
as much
there.
as you think that this is just going to go away and hop up into the cloud, and you're not going to need people to A, get it to work, B, build the damn box, and C, get that stuff to actually be adopted by the normal society, this ain't going away anytime soon.
No time soon, but people have gotten used to streaming, right?
I see it as also like AirPlay, right?
Right.
And we get this request all the time. Well, I just want to get my
Streaming's
phone and press
easy.
the mirror.
Cast.
Which
I want
works
mirror
in
me.
every one of your rooms,
Well-
right? You don't have any issues with anyone coming in and doing wireless display.
I'm
just-
talking about the future, Larry.
Future is now. Let's go.
In
We've
that,
had that for 10 years and it still doesn't work.
in that future, there is still a network port someplace,
Yes.
and there's still a cable. Digital plumbers are running that back to an IDF closet. It's going fiber out to some trunk, and it's going from some trunk out to wherever, whether it's microwave,
The cloud.
get to where it needs to go, to the
It's going
cloud,
to the
however,
cloud.
right? Well, how many times you've heard someone say it's not the network?
It's never the network. Frank.
Yes,
It's
never the
network,
ever,
right?
ever the network. You know that.
So now we're going to be 100% reliant on this. I'm not saying we're not already, because we are.
I mean, and that's
I mean, all
therein
of us
lies the
here-
rub. Like we are.
Right. We're already reliant on it. But is it gonna is all those little mom and pop shops gonna
I think that'll be
Yeah,
there's going
easily.
to be what we want to happen and what we really want to have in place to manage from
Yeah.
a sanity level, and then there's going to be keeping up with the Joneses. And when it comes to like how are you going to get AI in your classrooms, Frank? How are you making sure your spaces are smart and developed and connected, and you're making all these cloud services? I think there's going to be pressures that'll force people into doing things we probably don't want to do by default, so that you can maintain employment and
That happens
keep
every
your
day in
school
IT. Yeah.
keeping up with the Joneses. Like as we go, and I would bet somewhere in every single one of your mission statements for your schools, it says we want to increase enrollment. Of course, you want to increase enrollment. They're making less people. So what are you doing to make your classrooms more attractive? And every one of your provosts saying, Frank, how are you getting AI into classrooms to change students and have impact? What are we doing? And AI is going to imply connectivity. And so we're going to move naturally for more endpoints that are aligned with that whole workflow. So I think it's something that we can keep fighting and pushing and saying, no. But at a certain point in time, we're going to have to adopt some of this stuff.
As much as we here all work at universities and we support the tech, ultimately, and I've heard this during this week's Rebel Ready Week, the students drive everything. If the students come in here and the students want it, I need to make it work.
Yes.
The provost needs to come to me and say, what's that? I can come up with the next whiz bang idea and say, oh, Mike's doing this at Iowa State. And they're like, we don't give a shit about that. What does the
The
student want?
last topic.
Right. So it's going to be student driven. It's going to be faculty driven. It's not going to be what I want to do. I can try and adapt, or I could try and bring new things to the table. But if I don't have adopters, it's dead. So
pronounced
we have
adapters.
a faculty center, a teaching and learning commons that we have here on campus. And, we could put new ideas in front of people, but if no one's there to adopt it,
Right.
It's like if you go to a meeting and you say something, right? And 10 people around the room didn't listen to a word you said. And 2 weeks later, somebody in that table who's higher up in the food chain than you brings up the same idea. Suddenly they look like a genius. They didn't even listen to what you said 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So it's what's necessary at the time for who.
But do you think the students?
And that's why you have the AI note taker
Right.
at every meeting,
Just to prove it.
so that you can go back
I
and
said
say,
that.
"Look,
That was my idea.
that was my idea."
Exactly.
That's what the AI is good for.
They're gonna say,
right?
no, Mike, that was
To
that was
one
a
up somebody.
hallucination of AI, sir. That was not your idea.
That was a glitch.
No, but I think
Well, that's why every university wants to self-host their own AI so they can go back in and retroactively edit that stuff and then take credit for it.
But I mean, do you think that you'll have some overwhelming, whatever it is, some pressure from the students that say, we really want to see this experience more in these teaching and learning spaces that is different than right now, that would force that? And it's hard to project what that may be, but I think folks would say, yeah, BYOD proliferation, all these services, all this stuff, being able to embrace that pedagogically, whether it be through our learning management systems, whatever, is going to force more connectivity.
At the schools I've been to, like IU, Butler, here, we've had pushback from the students to register their laptops and get them on the non-guest Wi-Fi.
Are they just setting up hotspots? Shit, here, you get on mine.
We have the guest Wi-Fi, and students don't want to register their personal device on the university network. So I can't imagine a world in which I'm able to send my laptop on the guest network to the cloud and back to that projector.
You wouldn't have to. That projector would be connected to the same session in the cloud. You're not sending it to the projector.
But I'm saying that if they're so protective of their personal device in that scenario, I don't think we're at a maturity level.
Larry, you lost me. It's not that. It's laziness. They don't want to spend time doing
I've heard the other one, and the laziness. I'm just assuming.
Why would I want to do that? I just do.
I have to log in. I'm
too
out.
much work. I have to log in. I'm out.
I've heard the privacy issue and. Yeah.
It's like, how many multi-factors do I need to get into this?
What's going to drive this is the easiest way to ingest content for those students. And that's what's going to drive it. What's the easiest way that happens for them?
USB-C.
No. I mean, the easiest way is no cable at all, in my opinion.
But then, right. Well, then also there's a realistic approach to this where a lot of colleges don't have standardized classrooms everywhere, and you have different types of learning spaces that won't be outfitted with all this AV over IP or internet connected IoT crap that Mark's dreaming about. Right. So
bring it in, man.
But I think we can agree that the days of having to choose our cable path is then it's going to be USB-C. Fine, it's USB-C everywhere.
No, it's not. It's never going to be USB-C. We know
whatever it is, right?
It'll be USB-D by then. Come on.
USB-C
We're going to start
at
seeing
least.
a less reliance on HDMI, a less reliance on DisplayPort, a less reliance on SDI cables. We're already seeing it, but we're going to see less.
So
and less.
But if you're using USB-C, that's just baseband video in another format.
Yeah, that's just a different form factor.
Less reliant,
or a network cable in another.
But how many of you right now
by
are like,
definition isn't baseband?
The laptop connection's broken. And what is your default thing? Oh, the laptop is not
Spin
broken.
Up Zoom. There you go.
Go share through Zoom, right? Wireless. I don't go walk out in the crowd. Shit.
Well, why is your stuff broken in the first place? Don't you have classrooms that are supposed to?
Because we ain't got no money.
Sure, but it's still
on
like
dial-up.
It's supplanted all the different wireless endpoints out there that give you the cul-de-sac wireless screen share. It's much easier than it's on the recording. And guess what? I have all the thing. It's all there, and it's distributed. The students can see it on their own devices. So I think there's naturally that trend is moving there, and we're adopting it piecemeal through different types of services. It's just a matter of when do you kind of see that critical tipping point.
Crap, we all sat in a room with Panasonic and said, you put SMPTE 2110 on all of your cameras and all of your projectors and displays.
We were under NDA, sir. You can't talk about that.
Now we don't have to have this stuff. We don't have to have all the little interconnect box. SMPTE 2110, boom, it's in. Go. Yep. Boom, it's already on your AES67 stream.
You better have your Grandmaster clock right. I'll tell you that right now.
Look, there's a lot of I also say that there's a lot of challenges. There's a lot of things in between. There's a lot of somebody has to touch it at some point. To Frank's point, most of us are all morons. I mean, how many of us still get calls from your kids or your parents? I can't get on the
You just
TV.
called your kids morons. Just gonna...
Look, there's times where I wonder how they grew up in a digital revolution and they don't know how to log on.
They're
to the
digital
wireless.
native, Jamie. Figure it out.
Going
Right?
back to Larry's
Because
point and my point, that's a little bit of laziness because they can learn. They're not stupid. They just don't want to learn. That's lazy.
My point is not laziness, man. That is your point.
Yeah, let me speak for Larry on this.
It's lazy.
So I guess fundamentally, though, I mean, we're talking about what faculty and students want, but fundamentally, don't they just want, Justin, to your point, the easiest way, the most straightforward, simplest way to get something from A to B?
Yes.
That's an okay request.
And if
That's
that
not
A to
being lazy.
B is a high bandwidth multi-gigabit connection across the room that goes 8 feet and looks fantastic, or if that A to B is a low bandwidth, low bit rate stream that goes to frickin' space and back,
If it works, it works.
that's fine. They don't care. So
It's path of least resistance. And I think it'll force us all to change all those things. And having people come in and have to plug these things and push these buttons, do all this stuff. Like, I'm in the camp that those days are numbered. That's just my opinion.
In the days of numbered, unless your infrastructure is up to par.
Oh yes, this is all the fine print is must be
All
tall
of
enough
it.
to ride this ride, which is have your shit in order. Yes.
All of this has to deal with
Yes.
our respective infrastructure.
Yes.
Yep.
we are on a shared T1, sir. We have plenty of bandwidth.
So
Plenty.
we have buildings on our campus that are not, they're getting renovated now over time, and the network's handling the closets, but the pipe that feeds it isn't, every building is not equal here on our campus. And it's going to take a long time to get that. So if I'm in this building on the northeast side of campus and I want to send something to that building on the southeast side of campus, and I might be sending it in 1080, but it's not getting over there 1080. I mean, it's getting compressed into the network somewhere, but it's not going to be instantaneous. I mean, to be honest, I could probably send my signal to Mike in Iowa and have a better signal than dealing with it internally on campus. Once it leaves campus, it gets boosted and it could get there quicker.
But doesn't that make the point that the edge will be the capacity directly connected to the cloud? You're not going to move it laterally across your enterprise network. You're going to move it to outside service and then bring it back down where you need it. Not
provided that your enterprise service plays well with others.
Stop pushing golf balls
with
through
your
garden
security
hoses.
protocols, and you don't piss off your CISO and all that sort of stuff. How many times do you have to authenticate it coming in and out?
And that I think is the story, right? How are we actually moving and evolving? Because the black boxes are not the story here. That's not what's going on. It's the service level. Like, what are we doing, and what's the most efficient way to actually do it?
Well, the room system.
Yeah, well, yes. And to Mike's comment is maybe that is going to be the path of least resistance for security, for getting things authenticated. Because, look, we're going to go just play into this other sandbox, which already does all that stuff. I'm just going to send my content into that, let it hit the cloud, and let it go wherever it goes at that point. Because at that point, it's somebody else's problem. But all that stuff has already been certified, and securitized and all the rest.
But no one on this call has a room system where everything's connected outward.
And nobody has an active learning room
Mark.
system. Nobody has a large auditorium room system. Like, there's just
You're
limitations
putting in
to
IP
this.
speakers everywhere?
Yes, today.
For the most part.
In the ceiling, you got IP speakers everywhere.
They're hooked to an IP DSP that's driving
And then
all
that's
that.
going out to the cloud.
It's
and then your
online.
computer's going out to the cloud, and it's receiving audio, and that everything cannot receive traffic on the inside room. Everything has to get everything
that's
from the outside.
Minimal traffic, though. That's not the thing. Like, having like this HD video, I'm going to push through this network so it can go to this thing and then spit back out and reconstitute it back on that. Like, that's like a Rube Goldberg thing that I don't think we need to continue to do. When right now, if I share,
I don't disagree, but I think
I have a Teams room system that's completely automated. You walk in, it turns on, does everything you want to do. You want to share, just click on the thing, share. You're done. That's it.
This vision
Don't
of
even ask it, turn
everything
on.
has a
Just
network
works.
port, that's not going to work.
Maybe. And I think that's...
Hey, man, my phone has a network. Oh, wait a minute.
But I'm just like, you walk in, you NFT that thing, and it's wireless connected right to the thing using some other protocol.
Because what they're going to
Just
say, I can do this in my
stuff.
bedroom, I can do it in my dorm. Why the hell can't I do it in the classroom?
Correct. Like, increasingly, we have students who have TVs that have no connections except the power, right? I mean, they don't think about, baseband connections at all.
Bringing up great examples, but my screen doesn't. My projector, I can't do that with.
That's
not yet.
My speakers,
not today.
Can't really do that with
granted.
speakers, even though they have LAN connections. That's not how that works really today. So
today.
Not today.
But I think that's looking out. I would put my money on that. That's the way things are moving, and it's going to be fits and starts and different hurdles to get there.
You're going to see a hybrid of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's an interesting concept to think about. Like, say, you know, Justin, you mentioned projectors. There are projectors out there that do wireless casting, and there's projectors out there on the consumer level that could sneak, made by these same companies, that could sneak into the commercial level that have, you know, some of these same smart apps and things for
But
streaming.
we're talking about the projector getting content directly outside of a firewall.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm hearing.
Through some sort of streaming service.
That is
So
much
why are
different
we
than
not
wireless
that
casting from
No,
internal?
I'm not talking about wireless casting. I'm talking about a streaming service coming from outside. Think about a potential future where every box you set up just goes out
there.
to whatever service it is. There's a commercial grade service or whatever that does that.
Microsoft's wet dream.
Yeah.
You just have to get it to the cloud, and then other stuff synced to the cloud comes back through that. I mean, that's
it. You're
that's all
on
we're talking
Microsoft's
about.
Azure
Now it's
Mesh
a
Network.
huge bandwidth lift to do that.
It's certified
Exactly.
and it just goes. I mean, but fundamentally, everything's at that session. You're not into like, oh, let me set up my VLANs and all my QoS
And
accordingly.
the fun part about it is every single one of us will get, in 5 years, they'll all have this. We will go get one. We will try it out. It will work great. And then we will deploy 40 of them and find all sorts of
firm
problems.
will
Because like
make it-
Frank
it will
said,
kill it.
not all buildings have the right connection. And they all just sit there chippy-choppy all day long. And it
But-
sucks.
Yeah.
But I think this goes back into that there's going to need to be a nerd on the back end.
You're going
But
to
is
need
that-
more than one.
You will. You'll need a whole enterprise
yes.
of them.
The us's, the term nerds, right? Instead of a coax cable or an HDMI cable, right? Now we all become some kind of network nerd. And quite possibly the whole transmission stream is not actually going to the cloud and back. It's just the handshake.
It's a local reflector, yeah.
And so that locally, all that shit just stays right there on your, maybe it's your island network and there's only one little connection that has to go out there and make the handshake. Whatever it is, doesn't mean all of it's got to go in and out. Doesn't mean you have to have just shitloads of fiber bandwidth.
Hashtag
Be
AV.
helpful. But I do see, and you know, I think in the next 10 years, I hope to be one, retired. Two,
Exactly.
yeah, I don't want to be anywhere
I don't
near
wanna be
this.
anywhere near
This
this.
sounds like a train wreck. I don't want anything to do with it.
Well, I
Oh
had
God,
the,
my speaker dropped off the CDN. Oh God, let me go back and reconnect it.
yes,
Just
but-
reboot the speaker, Justin.
Reboot the speaker. Well,
You're
6
gonna-
of them
you're-
are working. It should be fine.
You're going to have an AI that's going to do that for you automatically. It's going to know when the speaker goes down, the AI will reboot it for you.
Maybe. It sounds
Well, I mean,
crazy. Yeah.
With the machine learning and any sort of self-healing network type things, that actually isn't so far-fetched, Mike. I mean, our network guys are deploying Juniper, the AI Mist everywhere all over campus right now, and they already did it in our engineering building with the Wi-Fi, and there were some errors with the networking, and the Wi-Fi fixed itself. Like it literally self-healed. So there is something to be said about that, Mike.
I mean, is that too far fetched to think for like AV to have that same philosophy? I mean,
No, I don't think it's too far-fetched, but I don't know if anybody in our industry is smart
It's
enough
hard to
figure
do
it out.
that with everything connected to the outside and everything being its own
Agreed.
processor.
agreed.
I mean, that's my point. I go back to that. It's you have one device in a room that reboots the whole system versus not any devices connected to each other in the room. They're all connected through a firewall. So it's just.
I mean, if one of the Trons or another company comes out with this box in 3 weeks, who's going to be the first one to go buy one? It's not going to be this guy.
It's going to be Mark.
I've already been.
And I'm
I've already
gonna be
been.
really
I've seen
interested.
some things that are on the horizon. I'm like, ooh, that looks like a codec to me.
I'm going to be really interested, and I'm going to stand back behind Mark and go get him, Tiger. And I'm going to watch him get his ass beat, and I'm going to be, man, I was right behind you the
Mark's
whole
still
time.
fighting domain clocks.
Is it going to work out of the
But
box?
that domain clock thing is a function of trying to move things laterally.
Oh,
like
that stupid clocking thing. That's a perfect example, though. So Mark's trying to find an enterprise level
you know who doesn't
TCP
have
clock,
that
and I'm all
problem?
like, go get it, Mark, because I need one too.
people that are
I'm
on
gonna let
islands,
you fail.
islands and
I got
baseband
network islands. I don't have that problem.
So, and,
Nope.
But I mean, it's going to take blazing that trail from time to time and going out there and being innovative and trying things. Like I lean into the things that we hate as an industry, and you learn a lot. Like I hate putting a
Why
whole
we hate
Teams room
them.
and stuff in there. Yeah, I was very reluctant to do it, but I learned a whole hell of a lot about a lot of things. in that stack and understand what that means. And it gave me a different version of what's coming. And it's like, well, we can fight this, but I don't think any of us have enough money to fight what like Microsoft's going to bring to the table, and the like. But it's a different merged world.
See, I think of it backwards. I don't think we're going to be able to afford what Microsoft brings to the table.
Yeah.
Like that's not.
And
I look at that completely different.
He's got that corn and cow money.
I think you're talking about like commodity here. I think it simplifies down. Like let's just use conference rooms as general. 10 years ago, how much did the conference room cost you guys?
$50.
Depends on the
it's
seats,
tens of whatever the thing it is you're going to say.
You're talking back in codec days, right?
What do they cost?
Yeah, it was $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $80,000.
Right now you can build that for what? $5,000 now? Same capabilities?
$5,000, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. This is economy of scale. I think the capability is coming down much cheaper where the per chip capability is going to give us the ability to start to see
things
these
always
things.
get cheaper, but we've all talked about, hey, look, we're back in the codec days. Look at this appliance.
I think the conference room isn't a great example, though, because there is one function in the conference room that you need to accommodate. In a classroom, there are many different types of learning that you have to support. And so that's where I think that economy of scale doesn't quite fit the same way.
Especially with your room, multiple different facets of your rooms, whether it's a 30-seater, 60-seater, 300-seater. Yeah. That's going to change
as
dramatically.
Weird as it is, like we've done the Teams room and the classroom thing. And yes, it is leveraging AV over IP. Like I still have point-to-point things I have to contend with, but it also becomes my mechanism for automation, right? I need those feedbacks. The rooms that work really, really well for it, based on what we have seen, are actually the big auditoriums. It's counterintuitive. I didn't think that it was going to be that way, but it gives you this very clean service package. Like, pow, here it is, and you just throw it in place, walks in, automates, and it works. So like some of the weird flagship rooms that we have here on campus would actually make really good Teams room classrooms because they're set up as simple 2-image systems.
It's a Sage on a stage. I mean, those are the easy rooms to outfit anyway. Mm-hmm. So that's not it's
the active learning rooms and those bespoke things. That's where it starts to fall apart.
Yeah, it's the experiential learning. And I think with the new type of workers we're expected to produce, experiential learning is going to become more and more important.
Yeah, and I think at the like crux of this whole thing is like BYOD strategy. It really is the animal to really get our arms around because, as you move to these types of scenarios and we get rid of the AV overlay, we collapse it down, whatever it is, we're now pushing that back on the clients and users. You have to come there with whatever unique thing you're going to do. You need to be able to provide for whatever that experience is, whether it be application level or whatever it is. And I think that's the more challenging piece. Like, how do we come together with a comprehensive BYOD strategy to be able to enable all this edge service?
Well, we're pretty much all BYOD in all our general university classrooms here. I do not have fixed PCs in essentially any of our classrooms.
After my last week, I'm going to be on board with that now.
If we do, it's because some department wants it and they own that PC and they manage it. We don't manage any of them in our GU classrooms.
Are you a 1-to-1?
What's that?
Are you a 1-to-1 campus? Do you guys supply everybody with laptops?
No.
Students and faculty?
Wow.
No.
And support isn't just...
Well, so I assume some departments, I mean, that's a department by department basis. I mean, I assume some departments probably do, provide laptops to their faculty. I don't know if it's universal. But yeah.
I think
we have a computer in every classroom, every conference room.
As God intended.
And we have...
Let's have that debate sometime, right? So
it's coming
internally, my team used to support our own image in our own classrooms.
We do that still.
Spaces were supported by a central group. Well, that went away. I pulled that away, and I let the computer lab folks who do the images are now imaging our PCs, and it's not going so well.
Chris,
you lost control. That's the problem.
My last week and a half. Yeah,
we lost control, but they also don't. They think in the world of a computer lab. They don't think in the world of a classroom.
Multi-user, multi-application.
Well, it's not. That's an issue. Is one thing. A minute for someone to log in and wait for it to recognize you is one thing. The bigger problem is, why are we doing an update on a Friday at 4 o'clock?
What's the common service that's being used on that PC? What is it being used for 80% of the time?
80% of the time, lecture in the classroom. They log in with their ACE account and they go to their G Drive, pull in their PowerPoint, put their stuff on the screen.
Basic presentation, Office 365 shit.
The Rebel Flex room, they're using the computer as the codec. We don't have Zoom rooms on campus, but we are a Zoom house. We do use Zoom, but we don't have Zoom rooms.
But from a service level, is that the most efficient way you can deliver that?
From our campus, yeah, because one, it's the way that they wanted it. It's the way that they're used to seeing it. And it's the way they don't want to carry a laptop to every one of their classrooms. So they want to leave their room, walk into a room, teach, and walk out. So the BYOD thing, we tried it here pre-COVID. Didn't work out so well in a few test spots post-COVID when everybody was no touchy. They still didn't care. They wanted a computer in the room. So I don't know if that's ever going to leave us here. We'll see.
I think we need some level of capacity, but it's a matter of kind of delivering it and aligning it with, like, what is it that you're trying to do here? Are you just trying to get to the internet, or are you trying to share your thing? If you're just trying to have a meeting, like, there's much more efficient ways to go about that.
Efficiency on that is very dependent on so many variables. Like for us to do laptops, that would, gosh. We'd have to spin up a whole new service level. Support would have to be completely different. You're talking about.
I'm hearing nothing but opportunities,
changeover.
Man. That's what I'm hearing. It's like that's where this is.
You're just making things difficult just to make things difficult.
But it's not.
It's not.
People don't want to carry their stuff around.
Like my son goes to a school where his university is part of tuition and everything else. It's a 1-to-1, and so having these things makes tons of sense. And they have their support crew
then that makes sense to do it that way.
And move it around.
Yeah. That's because it's all the same.
I was like, wow, that's interesting. Where it's not 1-to-1.
Yeah. It could be anything.
And you're still rolling down that road. But hey,
it could be their personal PC, right?
It's a culture change, and I get it. Because I don't know, when we try to remove PCs from our,
you always get blowback. Like, but I
get
just
some
like
of
to have my pictures on my desktop. Yeah, whatever.
To Frank's point, they don't want to carry all that shit. They want to walk down the hall with their. They don't even want to bring the dry erase marker. No. They want to walk in, log onto the LMS, do their thing, and leave.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And fine, let's provide them that Let's provide them that opportunity to make it easy for them.
So I would argue that it's other than the physical carrying of the laptop, it's significantly easier for a faculty person to have their own laptop. They can literally have the PowerPoint up on their laptop, ready to go, close the lid, walk to the classroom, open the lid, plug the HDMI cable in, and
or presentation. USB. Oh, it's USB-C.
I'm the crazy one that shows up to like meetings and shares stuff from my phone. I don't even bother the laptop. Like, I mean, are we at like a generational divide here? Is that what we're really talking about?
Are you calling me old?
I didn't say it.
I think some of our issues come into is that, at least we've talked about it on the show, right? Is that by providing the PC, because we run everything through the LMS, whether it be their Zoom connections or their Panopto connections, everything runs through that thing, and it's never single sign-on. But let's pretend that you didn't have to multi into every one of those services from the same machine. But let's pretend SSO really works. Single sign-on. Everything just happens. It posts to your LMS. You walk away. You're done. But when they bring in their laptop and they plug something in, a USB-C, all things go to shit.
How do you, okay, this is a question for Mike. So how do you deal with somebody that brings in a 4x3 VGA laptop and then you're like, yeah, I can't support that? Or what do you, because if we allowed people to use whatever they want, they would hold on to something for 15 years.
We basically say, no, we can't support that, right? And they
there's an exception.
So you're going to make me, Mike, you're going to make me go out and buy and use my own money No, that's not fair. I'm not doing. You got to make this work. It's a culture thing. That's the problem.
If you had AV over IP and wireless connections, buddy,
and it is a culture thing. This campus has been full BYOD for probably 15 years. Right? I mean, well before I came here.
It's been established.
So it's just established. It's just the expectation. Everyone just knows that, well, this is just how it is, right? And people keep their devices, up to date, generally speaking. And
kind of.
Definitely would not happen here.
But you're just speaking to like the different enterprise maturity levels, right? And where you are kind of with the whole thing. And I think, but that's the story, right? And so it's not, you can't say, I'm going to go from like VGA connected to a projector all the way to, I'm just going to go to full on edge compute and be there. Like there's going to be some things in between. And I think that's where I'm kind of, my take on the AV over IP thing is I think that is an in-between step to like full Shangri-La that the industry wants to like move towards, is that we won't be here in 10 years and say, this is going to be the AV over IP sunset. It's coming. Like it's not going to happen. It's just going to kind of fizzle out. You can kind of see it now. I think we are all hot and heavy. This is how AV over IP works on enterprise and all the different, how many different webinars were out in the last 2 years about how to make AV over IP work. And all of a sudden, like, it's gone. Now everything's AI in the classroom. Like AV over IP, like never was a thing. And right, it was hot and heavy, and then just went
everybody
away.
Gave up and just put it. Behind,
or they're just like, fuck, it's an island. Yeah,
it's on islands or behind a secondary content LAN or something like that. So.
I don't think it's gone. I don't think it went anywhere.
It just became normal. It
became normal.
Yeah. But like back a few years ago when we removed VHS from our classrooms, that took an act of God. Now here I am. I'm trying to do the same thing with Blu-rays, and the first time when I did it with a VHS, I had to send out a letter. I had to tell the campus community what was happening. I had to get permission from X, Y, and Z. It was a fight for a year and a half. I went the opposite way for Blu-rays. I didn't tell anybody. I'm just not
going to ask for permission. I'm just going to take it out.
If it breaks in the room, it doesn't get replaced. If someone comes and bitches about it, I hand them a used one. It's clear.
Yep. That's the right way to do it.
Plug it into your laptop. Leave me out of this. So I went the other route this time, and it's a struggle, but it's less of a Band-Aid. Like the first one was brutal. It was a firing squad. Dear God, take my VHS away from me. Like there's a library right
Watching
there.
This VHS for 22 years in this class.
We've been stopping putting Blu-ray players in now for a couple of years, and I expected to get a backlash. So we actually had a little stack of, the $35 Blu-ray players, right? Where my intention was, if somebody came and complained, I was just going to hand them one and say, "This is yours to keep.
Yep.
Have fun." Plug it into the power and plug an HDMI cable on the back, read with a laptop, and knock yourself out, right? Haven't had a single person come and ask about it yet, right? So
we've been doing it for 3 or 4 years now. I think I've given out 2 in that entire time.
Yeah. I've handed a few out.
Yeah. So changes happen. It happens. So I think it's a fun crystal ball to kind of pontificate around, and we often find ourselves in this conversation on many Wednesday afternoon about why are we pushing these boulders up hills, and this is just one thing we all have challenged ourselves on. So I was just curious. I'm glad we all got to share.
I think a lot of it is going to determine the size of your campus and how fast you can get the other stakeholders on campus to buy in.
Money and resources.
Well, money and resources, that's going to dictate everything. I mean,
but dial up.
They'll find money if it's something they came up with.
Yeah.
If you can get enough belief in it, the money will show up.
Right.
Yeah.
If I go to the table and say something, I got to bring one hell of a case on why the campus is going to benefit for me to get that seed money to get them started. Right. The pandemic caused our first one with our classrooms to get upgraded, and Frank didn't do anything. Frank sat and waited for the provost to come and give me $2 million to upgrade my classrooms. Now here we are 5 years later. I got to upgrade those classrooms again, and nobody wants to
pay the
listen
piper.
to
Yeah, you made this investment. How are you going to keep
now
it?
I have to go back to that first guy who gave me the money and say, "Hey, you remember that money you gave me the last time?"
That was supposed to last forever, Frank.
Yeah,
you were supposed to take that down and put it on red or black. It was your choice, and
spend it all in one shot. That's right.
And I got the chip here to prove it.
Those are the last 2. That's it.
It's left. Got 2 $5 chips. Right.
I can buy 1 cable.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I can buy a cable and rent. Come on. Rent the device.
All right. Well.
All right. Well, let's. We do have a. I think we're not going to get anywhere else with this one.
It's going away.
We solved it. We're done. So no, it's going to be a continued. Technology change is tough. We deliberately picked this topic because it doesn't have an easy answer. It's just one of those debatable topics where you get 8 people on a screen, with 7 people on a screen, and you get 12 different opinions.
Put this in a time capsule and come back and watch it in 5 years.
Right.
It doesn't
Come
matter.
back and
Mike
watch it in
already
a
said
year.
everything that needs to be said. I agree with Jamie on this. Done.
Stop listening at that point. So, well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to kick off a brand new segment that we've never done. We're going to do a bunch of them this fall. We've been scheduling people. So more on that here momentarily.
In a world where signals drop, channels clash, and line levels lie, one device dares to bring order to the chaos. Introducing the Audio Holster. Whether it's balanced or unbalanced, stereo or mono, analog or digital, the Audio Holster handles it, all of it. No adapters, no converters. You don't choose the Audio Holster, it finds you. Strap it to your belt, clip it to your rig, wear it with pride or fear, because once it's on, you'll hear things. The Audio Holster, it's everything, everywhere. All the audio you'll ever need, holstered. Audio Holster, you'll never not need it. By Independent Amalgamated.
Folks, you're looking live at a matchup nobody asked for, and that's exactly why we're here. With both of their scheduled opponents running for the hills, it's Iowa State versus UNLV in the first ever AVSuperfriends non-rivalry game. The Cyclones were set to spin up against Kansas State. Stormwatch canceled. The Rebels were ready to roll the dice with Idaho State. No deal. And when the dust settled, these two were the only ones left standing. And like two people fighting over the only HDMI cable at the conference table, only one can win, but everyone involved is a loser. And let's meet this week's contestants. On one side of the field, the Iowa State Cyclones, spinning through the heartland with network closets so tidy they could qualify for farm subsidies. On the other, the UNLV Rebels, desert heat, neon signage, and classroom technology that's always a sure bet at boot up. It's cornfields versus casinos, VLANs versus velvet ropes. One campus runs on corn-fed reliability, the other on casino-grade flash. Together, it's the most unlikely signal chain you'll ever patch. Two schools with no history, no rivalry, and no reason to be here, except that everyone else chickened out. And that makes this matchup a can't-miss oddball classic. This is a contest nobody planned, nobody really wanted, but everybody's watching. Because when two top-tier AV and IT teams collide, even a non-rivalry feels like a championship. And while this game doesn't exist on any schedule, the bragging rights will be real, because in higher ed, someone's always got to be first to reboot. This is the AVSuperfriends Weekly Rivalry, or maybe the Weekly Non-Rivalry. Either way, kickoff starts now. I told you it was a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
It was a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. All right.
Oh, let me see. I got to get more stuff going here. We need
Kick
this.
Yeah, set the stage, the ambiance, all the things, right? I'm going to call a tight game here, guys.
This is an Iowa State game. There's no crowd.
Oh, wow.
All right, get us going, Chris. Where are we at?
All right, so let's see. Move us around to a 3 up here if you can. I know we didn't plan that, but all right, listen, folks. Just because this is a leftovers bowl doesn't mean we're dealing with leftovers when it comes to AV and IT. Let's start with Iowa State. They were recently named the Higher Ed AV Team of the Year because when it comes to AV, they don't just raise the bar, they calibrate it.
Oh, that's right, Chris. These Cyclones don't mess around. Their cable labeling system is so clean, you could navigate it blindfolded. And believe me, half of their students have tried.
But don't count out UNLV. Those rebels run campus like Vegas runs neon. Flashy, loud, and always online. If Iowa State is farm-to-table networking, UNLV is all-you-can-eat bandwidth at a casino buffet.
And let's not forget, UNLV's lecture halls are basically mini Cirque du Soleil shows. LED walls, multi-channel immersive sound, even the projectors seem extra bright and glitzy.
Maybe. When the lights go out and the video signals drop, give me Iowa State all day, every day. Those Cyclones can get you back online faster than you can say firmware update.
Oh, come on. This is Las Vegas. If a system crashes at UNLV, they've got 3 backups, a redundant power feed, a student worker, and a part-time Elvis impersonator ready to swap in a spare.
Well, so there you have it. Cornfields and casinos, 2 teams that didn't plan to meet, but you better believe they're going to fight for the bragging rights. Welcome to the Leftovers Bowl. All right. So, concept here was we thought we would kind of align each week with a big game of the week and get the two people from each of the schools on. That didn't happen on our first one. So we're coming right out of the gate, falling flat on our face. We tried to pivot and said, you know what? Let's just bring on two people from each of those teams who were never going to meet, but now they're meeting here on the AV Super Friends. So consider that the first ever non-rivalry game.
You are all welcome. All right. In typical fashion, let's meet our teams, Chris. What do you think? We've already done that somewhat, but let's really get to know these teams a little bit, so to speak.
Well, are we going with this first round here? I've got a whole bunch of questions
a whole
in
lot.
here.
So let's just when they fall.
So we're
going
to try to rattle these off as quick as we can. So let's keep questions moving along. Answers short and fast. What's your campus control system of choice? Where do we stand on the ever popular Tron battle? Frank, what you got?
Kick us off.
Restaurant.
Mike.
Extron.
Oh man, is one better than the other?
I think that's really hard to say one's better than the other, right? It's like it's your flavor of choice, right? Yeah. They both get the job done.
Okay. What about
do they?
Man.
KR Craig boy.
Jamie.
Okay. What about let's keep moving down to collaboration platform. Who wants to jump in here?
Well, he means are you a Zoom or Teams house?
Zoom, Teams, or other. If you know what it is, go.
Good point.
We were WebEx, and thankfully we've let that go. Okay. We have moved to Teams.
Yep. Teams, okay. Frank?
We were WebEx and moved over to Zoom, but they are not Zoom rooms.
Making that point, drawing that line in the sand.
That's a good point.
I'm with you, Frank.
Do we have any room systems, or are we just run what you brung? Here's our platform of choice, but you guys figure it out.
No, we're PC is in the rack, and it's the codec, so to speak. And if you want to do a Teams call, you can do a Teams call. Just don't call our desk when it doesn't work. We only support Zoom.
Do whatever you want, just don't call me. Okay.
So on our side, it's we're BYOD. So in this case, it's also BYOM, right? So it's basically whatever codec you want to have on your laptop, knock yourself out. So
okay. Chris, next topic. You call them out. Go.
Let's see. We should work our way down the team. Frank, we'll start with you on this one. Tell me about your team a little bit. How many people on your team? What are you guys responsible for? What are you doing?
So I got 7 guys right now, 7 people on my team, and 8 to 10 students, depending on the time of year. We support 225 general purpose classrooms, about another 100 what we call campus use conference room type spaces, and about another 125 departmental specialty labs. So overall, my team supports about 500 spaces across campus.
Those are strong numbers. Frank. Yep. Mike, what do you think?
So 8 people right now. We're down 1. We got 1 that we're going to be getting hired up again here. But so should be a team of 9. 2 of them are full-time live events, so that's pretty much all they do on campus. And then the rest of us, we have 208 general purpose classrooms. We call them general university classrooms that we are responsible for the care and feeding, and then we serve as an in-house integrator for the rest of campus. Whomever shall come, right? And want some AV work, we do the whole needs analysis, go out, meet with them, prepare a quote. We use D-Tools, give them a nice, beautiful formatted estimate. If they like it, they send us an account number, and off we go. So we do just shy of 100 projects a year in fee-for-service projects. So
if they don't like the format of that proposal, they say no.
Yep.
Okay. That's what I heard.
If it's a formatting issue, then we're just at an impasse at that point, right? So
yeah, if it's in Comic Sans, they just don't write up.
I'm out. All right. Where are we at, Chris? I'm not keeping track, to be honest.
Oh, we got too many on here. I'm looking to see if we want to move down here because these are kind of dry here.
Two more of these quick ones.
Two more of these. Two more of the dry ones.
Yeah, these dry ones.
Okay. So what's the best ticket so far this semester or in this semester's prep for the semester?
Ooh.
What's the best call you've had? I had a whopper yesterday.
Wow. I got to be careful because I don't know who's ever going to watch it.
Nobody listens.
The
You can
answer
say
to that
whatever
is
you want.
nobody.
You never know. But
This is a safe space, Frank. This is okay
just
to
us
talk
here.
to us
Yeah.
about.
So this actually, I took this call personally. My students were out running around yesterday. Call came in. We renovated, we swapped out one lectern and put another lectern in because we needed to play lectern hopscotch because we didn't had to move things around. Anyway, we have a lectern that you push a button and it goes up and down, right?
Simple enough.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We took that away, put a different lectern in that goes up and down,
It's a crank.
but it looks completely different. So this instructor called freaking out. Where is my lectern that goes up and down? I sit in a tall chair. I need to be able to see this, blah, 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 blah. So I said, see that little down arrow right there? Do me a favor, go ahead and hit that. So not only did they hit it, there's a little screen that pops up. It actually gives them a number. And it goes 29, 28, 27, 26, whatever. When they saw that, they turned to me really quietly in front of about 30 people and said, I'm so sorry. I'm an idiot. and I just said, no problem, and walked away. Now,
Nice.
back
Take
in the
the win.
day, 28-year-old Frank would have said something different. But yes, they simply just did not look at an arrow that goes up and down and did the same thing that the last one did. So, user error.
So we haven't had any weird ones, but a couple of really annoying ones in that our facilities teams seem to think that they can do facilities work right up to the first day of classes. And so I've had all kinds of faculty reporting in like the projectors don't work. Well, yeah, because there's no power to the projectors because they're doing power work elsewhere in the building. They're gonna take down 2 buildings in their entirety, like the whole building, shut them down hard on Saturday, and bring them back up. And so,
It'd be fine.
colleague and I,
It'd be
we're
fine.
gonna have to walk. We're gonna have to walk every classroom and make sure that they all came up in those 2 buildings on Sunday. So,
Yeah.
It happened to us last week.
Yeah, I get it. The facilities folks, or you get like the last minute, we're going to do an abatement today. It's Friday. I mean, I know you guys got class on Monday, but we got to get the guys in here this weekend. You guys can move the 4 lecterns out of that building, right, and get them back up and running by Monday morning. This is the only time we have to do it, guys. So,
Yeah, can you come over and disconnect everything real quick?
I mean, I realize it's 4:30 on Friday, but all right. Jamie, you highlighted one in there. We going with that one?
Yeah, do it. Zip ties or Velcro, Frank?
Velcro.
oh, Velcro all day.
Hook and loop.
We're not
We're not licensed for
Iowa State
Velcro.
money.
Yeah, we can't do that.
There's no trademark here.
We can't afford Velcro brand Velcro.
I have so many scars on my arms from reaching into a rack.
That was
man.
into my racks. Get out of
You
here.
gotta cut them right.
Terrible.
That means whoever
Cut 'em
did
at
install the
45s,
did
you
it
cut 'em
right.
at
Yeah, they did it the
45s.
right way.
Yeah.
No,
It's a security thing. Nobody can get in there.
it's a fireable offense.
Awesome. All right, let's get into the second quarter here. And we're going with highlighted stuff here, fellas. Is that what we're going with?
No,
I
well,
say go
highlighted was
question
just
3.
Okay, question 3. What's the one AV thing your campus does better than your rivals? Frank, go.
The one AV thing that we do better than our rivals.
Trash talk's acceptable. We'll take name calling, all in the name of sport.
more childish, the better.
I would say room checks our rooms. Generally, the first 2 weeks of school, my kids are sitting around bored.
Nice.
We drive home that they get out there and make sure every room is spotless and ready to go for the beginning of the semester. And then during the semester, we only have the ability to do it on Fridays. So I would say that we have a pretty good team, and our ticket numbers are pretty low when it comes to anything that's not an emergency. Most of our tickets are user error, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the PC that your team doesn't support.
Or the
Sounds like Frank needs a better training program.
There you go, Mike. It's open for you. Training. We train our people.
It's a hard question. I would say standardization. We have so pushed so hard on standardization that every touch panel. They're not all exactly the same, but they all have the exact same layout, and look and feel, and like equipment's the same throughout. So yeah, we really push hard on keeping everything standardized.
For a 2-point conversion here for you, Mike, how many standard room types do you have?
I would say we have about 5 standard room types.
I'm
Yeah.
with you on that number.
Are there subtypes?
Yeah. Is it like 5A, 5B?
Well,
This
yeah,
is not
actually,
the place, fellas.
happy to have that conversation sometime.
I'm with you on 5. I'm all in on that number, and we'll just keep it there.
Whatever.
I'll allow you, Frank. You can return this for like a lot of points here if you want to. What do you got? What's your number?
3.
Oh,
like
That's
that.
good.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
that's strong.
Yeah.
Standard, lecture capture, Rebel Flex.
Okay.
What about like an auditorium? What does that fall under?
Don't talk about
So
those. It's not part of this.
Mind your business.
Auditoriums fall under lecture capture. Every
Whoa!
single,
I
every
was
auditorium
not
on our
expecting
campus-
that. What a
auditorium on our
curveball!
campus.
Hey, the level show. We need to invite Frank on.
Okay.
We gotta talk
All
about
right.
that.
Moving on.
Every
Moving
single
on.
auditorium on campus has lecture capture.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic. Gotcha. Okay. You each got the 2-point conversion. Good for you. Okay. Chris, where do you want to go next?
What's number? Which 5, Jamie? There's a bunch of 5s on
Culture
here.
and chaos.
You want to Culture and Chaos?
Number 5, number 5. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I like that one.
What's the best bad decision your department ever made that actually worked? Frank, go.
They hired me.
That was a good one. That's fastest.
Mike, say the same thing.
They didn't hire Frank.
We let him go.
Cheapers. I have no idea, right? I think.
Oh, come on. There's got good one.
Come on, best bad decision that worked out.
Well, I think we took a whole building to AV over IP early on, relatively speaking, right? And that was a hope and a prayer, and it worked out. So
They all
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
They always
everywhere.
are. Yes.
So what you're saying is it went perfectly to plan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If only there was one more webinar, how to do AV over IP on an enterprise network.
And by the way, it's on the fully converged network.
As it should be.
So, yep.
As it will never happen in Larry's enterprise network.
Never again. Islands.
All right, one more? Are we going to go one more?
Justin, pick one.
Yeah, Justin,
Last
get
one.
in here.
Last one.
Any category?
Whatever you want.
Close
Just
this
one
thing
we
down.
didn't ask already, please. Yeah.
I got one if you don't, Justin.
Larry, get him.
Go for it, Larry.
Okay. What's the weirdest space on campus your team has turned into a functioning classroom?
The empty swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
Please say strip club, Frank. Please say it.
It's like a softball at a Frank. I mean, come on.
There's got to be something good.
Weirdest?
Yeah.
Like cadaver
mean-
lab would be my answer. Like
That's not weird though.
Hey,
All
don't
of our
stop
schools
bleeding.
have that.
Stop bleeding in
Men's room.
Let him answer.
Okay, all right. It's not a classroom. You just said it though. We have a men's room in one of our buildings that has an IDF closet inside of it.
That
All
counts as
snaps.
Keeping the stream straight.
that
All right.
works.
Sitting on the toilet.
Don't mix the
And
streams.
use your box card to get in there. So here's the thing: if someone is in that IDF closet working, and you come in and use the toilet, and they come out, they don't know that you're in there.
Is it a one-seater room?
It's not a classroom. It's a one-seater.
Oh, I thought this was like a bigger restroom. That's
funny.
wow.
That
That's
qualifies. All right, Mike, beat it.
There's no beating that.
We might
does it
have
have a urinal and a toilet, or is it just a toilet?
It
Give
does
me the
have both,
details.
but there is a divider.
Okay, all right.
The fighter makes
I
sense.
actually have a video of it.
Wait, why are you recording video in there?
In use,
Does
and it's
UNLV
clean
know
what it
this?
Frank has cameras. Let's keep an eye on
His
it.
bathroom next to
What's
the
going on in
IDF.
there?
It's security.
There might be 2 people.
Mike, what do you got?
Frank's got air freshener in the IDF.
Bring us home. Bring us home. Double nothing here.
The strangest places that we have to work in are livestock facilities, right? So like we have a whole like poultry farm, and there's like don't know how many network ports there are, because like they have all these AV over IP cameras
those
and
would be
trackers
gross.
and everything, right? I mean, it is staggering.
Do you have to
right?
clean them? Like the dust in those areas is so bad that you gotta have to clean it, right?
Fortunately, I don't have to touch them, right? But that's for others to manage.
That's what students are for.
Students do.
Yep.
Oh man!
Just bring a fire hose in there and clean it once a year.
No, these are not general purpose classrooms, so they're departmental. So, but we've done the AV for them. But we can walk away then. It's like, yeah, department, you can manage it after this, right? So
can you imagine? Being in some of those barns and things, I can't imagine RMAing something from there. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna send this in. They open that thing up like, oh my god!
This projector keeps shutting down for some reason. It's weird. I don't get it.
What is in here? Don't worry about it.
No, you don't ask.
Well, I think this is a tie, gents. I think you guys tied. I don't think there was.
We're playing soccer now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's football.
It's football. You can end in a tie. It's possible. And so, I think it's been amazing, and clearly this is a rival that will want to keep going.
Hey, college football realignment. Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe
this could
one
happen.
day we'll be in the same conference.
You guys can end up in the same conference next year, guaranteed.
Yep, exactly.
Well, we're going to go down to 2 conferences eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so, there's 50-50 chance.
Yeah, those that have
You
have not.
either have both or you don't, or you can't afford to keep up. Yeah. So, well,
all right.
Chris, does the announcer have any?
Well, so that was the concept. We bring together somebody from each school who's got a big rivalry that week, and we have some fun. So thank you guys for playing along on this one, even though you're not actually playing this week because your actual opponents both decided to not show up. So thanks to the fine folks at K-State and at Idaho State for not wanting to participate.
Ruined our show.
You're all terrible.
I think it's hilarious this week. Like locally, we have all the news channels are covering the game from Ireland, right? Well, all the Irish bars bought Kansas State flags, not K-State logoed flags. The flag of the state of Kansas, and they're flying them all over Ireland. So it's the Cyclones against the state of Kansas. I'm like,
I still like the Cyclones in that one. There you go. As a former resident of the state of Kansas, I say I'm fully on board with that. So, all right. Well, Frank and Mike, thanks again for joining us. We're going to roll out. We've got a double out here, so just hang tight as we try to figure out how this nonsense works. Wait, I got to stop all this stuff. Everyone, stop. Stop.
One person running the whole thing for us. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty much so.
Good game, everybody. Good
then we'll
game.
run to this one. This has been the AV Super Friends Weekly Rivalry. And guess what, sports fans? We want you on the show. Got a big game coming up at your school? Maybe it's a local rivalry, a state showdown, or even one of those national grudge matches that splits households in half. If you've got the school pride, the technical chops, and just enough trash talk to back it up, we want to hear from you. Reach out to the AV Super Friends and let us know your campus, your matchup, and why your AV and IT team deserves a spotlight. Whether it's cables versus connectors, servers versus switches, or just plain bragging rights, we'll put your rivalry on the big stage. So step up, call your shot, and maybe you'll be the next feature on the AV Super Friends Weekly Rivalry.
All right, you ready, everybody? Weekly Rivalry Week. Say it real fast.
Rivalry recap.
Weekly Rivalry Week. Say it.
We've managed to ruin yet another episode of AV Super Friends Off the Rails. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at mailbag@avsuperfriends.com. If you complain loud enough, we might just invite you on the show.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV Super Friends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.